if I start it, then it'll signify like I'm actually waiting for, you know.
Do you put fuel stabilizer in your gas?
The market's coming up here to the 43 area. There is. I actually, when I bought this this snowblower, it's not a really big one, but when I bought this thing, they gave me like special gas to put in there, just like some synthetic kind of gasoline that doesn't require. And it's $25 a gallon, so it's not like it's cheap. And
Yeah.
you say if you use this, you'll keep the motor clean. You don't have to worry. You don't have to really worry about it. And I don't know. I don't do anything to it. I don't know. I don't even know what the hell you're talking about. To put some additive to it.
Most all the gas that we get now has got ethanol in it, and it's good for about 30 days.
Oh,
and if you leave that gas in that snowblower, and especially what I do with most of my equipment is when I get ready to shut it down for a long period of time, I shut the gas off and leave it running until it runs completely out of gas.
Oh, now you tell me.
And what that allows it to do, it will clear most of the carburetor out, because if you don't, you'll tear those carburetors apart, and they'll just be it looks like grease on the inside of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I think the last time I actually used it, it was just like towards the end. I hardly had any gas in there. I remember I was like, I hope I can finish this, because then I have to go buy another gallon.
Yeah.
So, and we used it a lot last year, I will say. But this year, as you can see, we're not even nowhere to be seen as we're testing the 43 area here.
I'm jealous. You guys got all this cool equipment. I don't have anything here in California. Snow blowers. I got leaf blower.
Yeah,
my gardener does.
Didn't they ban gasoline leaf blowers in California?
They did, yeah.
So what do you use?
Well, they have the electric ones.
Oh, okay.
Fancy.
Yeah. Tells you what I know. There you go. All right. Well, slowly drifting up here. Bond market was awakened yesterday afternoon because they had a very nice. What they had? They had a auction results that was very, very happy. They were very happy with the auction results, and they brought the bond market back a little bit. As we are drifting right, hanging right around the 43 here. Again, you have choices as to what you should do or what you want to do. Yeah, so that's
what was with the big turnaround yesterday? Saw this news come out, or because off the lows and then up almost 150 points?
Right. Well, that's because a couple things. The day before, you had two things that hit the market when they tanked it. That was the BBB thing was not going to get passed, and also across the globe, everybody was concerned about the Omicron situation. And as we're turning off here off of our 43 area, so nice little rotation here against us. You got filled on both ends there, and hopefully we're able to jump in and take a little bit of an advantage against our first resistance area. So, and then the second thing that affected the market yesterday was the Omicron thing the day before when we broke. As the market continues to downtick, if you still have any, just slowly get out of them as it slowly downticks. And so you can take a little bit more than 2 or 3 points on your trades here. And then yesterday, they were concerned that there was going to be a follow through from Biden in regards to him putting more sanctions, because he gave a speech or he gave a press conference yesterday, and I think they were concerned that the United States was going to do some lockdown situations or anything like that, and so last night they came in and they basically yesterday morning his press secretary said no, they're not. He's just going to say this and this and this at the press conference. He's not going to add any more sanctions, or no, we're not going to be locking down. So that brought the market back as far as Micron, and then in addition to that, they were saying how the BBB thing could be passed in parts, not whole, because idiots in Washington don't know how to compromise with each other. They just decide to just decide to play hardball with each other. And so consequently, all the things that they were worried about the day before was kind of snowed over and wasn't so bad yesterday. And so that's why they just kind of brought it right back. Everything was hunky dory, pretty much same way as it started. And they brought it all the way back yesterday, and they continue to rally here a little bit. And we're close to the highs again. As much as every time you think this is going to break, you get a little volatility to the downside. They bring it right back up. So, but that is what it is. See what happens. Nice rotation against our 43 area there. If you were trading with us, again, welcome to some of the new folks that are here. We are trading mini S&Ps, looking for opportunities to scalp the market against the levels that we gave out, which you can see in the chat box, and also price action opportunities. So the combination of both there gives us opportunities to trade using scalping opportunities to trade. All right. But I'll tell you one thing, everybody's getting sick with this Omicron thing. It's terrible. The numbers are crazy everywhere. The only good thing is that people are just getting a little sick. They're not going to the hospital sick. If some of you if the people who have taken the vaccine, at least they're not getting, going to the hospital sick and creating that problem there on top of the problem that they already have. So, this thing is not going away anytime soon, and there's going to be probably other variants too. But this thing is really sweeping the country exceptionally fast. Everywhere. In Chicago too, the numbers are like crazy. The mayor here is going to impose, I guess, what they're doing in New York, which was or is, if you go to a restaurant or you got any place indoors, you have to show your vaccination cards.
I had to do that on Sunday. Took a friend of mine out to lunch, and me, his wife, everyone had to show proof of vaccination. If you didn't have it, sorry.
Right. No, they do that in New York. My daughter, who moved to New York because of work, she says that they have to do that too. But once and I don't know what happens in California, but she said in New York, once you get in, like nobody wears a mask. Is that true in California?
Yeah, it was the same way. Yeah, but I mean, if you like get up and go to the bathroom or something like that, they make you put it on. Because I did, and yeah.
Right. Yeah. So that's it's just unfortunately it's a world we live in because this thing's not going away, and nobody wants to do it. But until this thing goes away, it's a nasty situation.
In Texas, we have rabies collars.
So you don't have to do anything in Texas, right?
Not yet.
Yeah, well, not yet. Come on, Texas. Are you kidding? When yet? When yet is it going to happen?
Where was it? It wasn't too long ago. Some owner was telling somebody to get a mask on anyway. The patron took the owner, threw him out the door.
Yeah, well, there you go.
I said, "You go outside and wear it."
Yeah, there you go. I mean, it's crazy. Creating some crazy. I mean, it's just a mask. I mean, they're acting it like it's just a mask, and it's just to protect people. That's the part that I don't get. I mean, nobody wants it. I think it's a pain in the ass, but it's just a mask. People get so upset about the stupidest things and make it a monumental thing. It's amazing.
I think it's more the whole thing of being told what to do.
Really?
People being told what to do.
So I guess if you have your kids and your kids are growing up, you shouldn't tell them what to do. You should let them just go nuts.
That's the mentality.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Mine don't listen anyway.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Well, once they get to a certain age, like 2, they don't listen to you anymore. So.
I used to get tickled at my grandfather. He wouldn't tell you no. He would just tell you, "I wouldn't do that if I were you."
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good way of saying no.
And we were outside mowing the grass one day, and anyway, we
course
got
you were.
ready. We were getting ready to go inside, so he reaches down, and I thought he was just touching the spark plug with his finger, but he, there was a little thing on there that grounded it out. We went on in to eat. So after a while, we come back out. We finished the yard. I said, "I'll get it." He said, "I wouldn't do that if you." And I grabbed that spark plug. Man, let me tell you, that thing will light you off.
I guess you listened to him after that.
Oh, after that, you look at him and say, "Why?"
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. All right. We're inching our way up here. Next level of resistance we have is up here at the 49 area. Again, we scalped the 43 area. Again, it's resistance, so it's a little bit of a sale, I guess, if people don't quite get that. And scaling into a level is what we try to do. How you scale in is dependent on your risk tolerance, how many contracts you trade, what goals you have. All these things are individualized, and we work with each individual here to try to maximize your risk potential. But again, that is a personalized situation to try to figure out how you scale in and how you get in. If you got in there the 48 versus the 49, you got in there very perfectly, and you're getting a nice little rotation here. Again, you scale in a point above and below a level, maybe the level itself. Everybody does it a little bit differently, and if you did get in there a point below it, you got a nice rotation here, a quick 4 points. So hopefully some of you did get in. Everybody trades, and if you didn't get in, that's okay. You just have to. If we close this bar here, we're going to have to adjust a little bit, maybe play it up a little up to 50. I think that's still doable. Don, what do you got up here?
Where?
Up at these levels.
Oh, I'm trying to get short. I'm short. I'm trying to get it back down to that 38 level.
Of course you are. Yeah, that's okay. I mean, I think we're okay. Did you get short up here at 49 or 48?
No, I got short at 46.
Okay.
Sometimes I'm wondering what Don's doing, Sal.
Well,
Don has his numbers, and I respect that. If my number matches up with his, he just trades 1,000 lot instead of 100 lot. That's all.
Exactly.
I wish.
No, you don't wish. Trust me, it's not fun. Not fun. It's fun when you make money, but it ain't fun when you're down money. Then you're like, especially these markets, you never know. First of all, there's no reason to trade that size when it's moving like this. That I can tell you. But there are people who do, so good for them. Definitely people who do. Nothing wrong with that.
Well, it's a very nice rotation off the 48 or 49.
Yeah, I did get it's a nice little clip up there and nice push back down. Obviously, we're not going to be perfect here. I keep saying that. So scaling in is definitely the way to go. I wish we could tell you it would have gone to 49 and a quarter instead of 48 and a quarter, but we can't. If I knew that, I would have told you. Promise. But it didn't, and we got up to 40. The settlement price here, Don, is right here at 41, so 40 and 75. So maybe you took some off, maybe.
Oh yeah, I'm out.
Okay, good. Good. So, what do you guys got planned for holiday weekend, Don? What's family coming over, or you have to be Santa Claus and go down to visit occur.
We really
once
don't
the market
know. The
paints
kids,
bars.
they're sick right at the moment.
Basically,
so
we're scalping the market and where we're at right now. Thing we have to worry about too.
And nowadays, you don't know do they have the flu? What do they have? It's just
right. Okay, there, Philip. Thanks a lot. You have a great Merry Christmas, and we'll talk to you next week. Have a great holiday. Take some time off, and I'm glad that you made your quota already. now we're looking probably about 3 to 4
Trades.
points on our. Then there's nothing
Rotations.
wrong with having quotas and jumping out of here if you made your money, right? We always talk about that. Everybody has goals that day. If you achieve those goals, then there's no reason to keep trading here, even if it's 25 minutes into the day, right?
I think he's talking to you, Don.
No, he's way beyond help.
Isn't that the
Yes,
truth?
I've known Don for a very long time. I've had this discussion with him 150 times, and I've realized after the 151st time, it's not worth talking to him about it. He's like a child. You can only say so many. You can only say don't. I wouldn't do that so many
That's
times.
it. I wouldn't do that if I were you.
It don't matter anymore. He's doing it. He's touching that spark plug no matter what.
That's it. I think I got brain injury.
There is just no doubt about it. So yeah. But like again, everybody trades different. There's nothing wrong with that as long as he's making money and happy with the outcomes, and he feels like he has to be involved. I get the part about feeling involved. And I love that scenario you put on there, Philip, that he has PhD in overtrading, revenge trading, emotional trading. That is so good.
That's it.
Don, don't you give a class on that, Don?
Just tell him, don't do what I'm telling you to do.
Yeah.
It's just the numbers don't match up.
And that is so on point right there. When I first went to trade on the electronically here, for whatever reason, I thought it was like trading the same as trading on the floor. And I was just having a position like almost every tick, I'd have a new position on. It's like it was, finally I figured out that, whoa, I can't do this way. And
you almost need 2 trading accounts. One to go short and one to go long in.
No. The only reason you need 2 trading accounts is that if you're going to actually position trade, but then again, if you position trade, like if you're going to take if you want to take 40 or 50 ticks out of something, the problem with that is that you have a bias at that point. As soon as you put the trade on thinking you're going to take 20, 30 points out of a move, because it's hard to scalp and do that at the same time. That's almost impossible. But you're trading with that bias then. So that becomes a little bit of a problem, So that's hard to do no matter how you slice it. But people position trade. I know people who will put on a trade as soon as the market opens, come back whichever way they decide it's going to go, long or short, and come back like in an hour and see where it's at. Either going to add on or take some profits, or even add on to a profit trade. Yeah. So and everybody trades. Yeah, everybody trades different. There is so many ways to trade. You can hedge between one market and the other, bonds versus 10s versus 5s. You can do S&Ps, cash versus futures. Many ways of doing it. All right, we're coming up here. Now be careful here with the 49 because of the fact that we already got the 48 and then rotated off. So the 49 right now is a little bit, if you have 49, it's a little bit more tenuous and it's not as strong as it was, 5 minutes ago when we actually got to 48 and rotated off. So adjust a little bit accordingly or cancel it if you don't like the risk involved. And we always are explaining the risks to everybody. You have to understand the risks so that you can determine how you're going to put your trade on, right? I can only talk through some of the risk. You have to find that situation that fits your risk tolerance, not mine or not Mark's or not Don's, for sure, not Brad's, that's for sure. We need to get you some shades like that, Don. I gotta send you a pair of shades like that.
I think the overalls are the best.
The overalls all are, but you need to send a pair of overalls to Brad. Could you imagine the guy from New York wearing a pair of overalls like that? I mean, That would, and with those shades, and with that haircut. Oh my God.
Like that would crash the room.
That would be a look. Unique, that's for sure. He goes for unique anyway. All right. So now we do have a couple numbers coming out here. A couple minutes. See what they're going to do to the market. I don't know if they're going to do much, but you got anything planned for the weekend, Christmas weekend?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm not just going to my mom's. Probably hang out over there for a little bit. That's about it. What about you?
Well,
Get to see your grandson?
no.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, well, he's going to his in-laws. It's on Christmas Day, and and then my other daughter is going with her husband to Michigan, where his family is, and my other daughter is going to Indiana, where her boyfriend's family is. And Rebecca, actually, who's in New York, is coming into town, so she's going to be here, so that'll be nice. And I hope she's taking a week off because she works way too hard. So hopefully she's coming in today late because she has a meeting in the morning.
Wow.
And hopefully next week is going to be slow, and hopefully she just doesn't turn on her computer. But she's got 3 phones, her computer, and she's constantly, even when she's here, she's constantly busy. I mean,
She's a broker or an analyst, or what is she doing?
She works with private equity.
Oh.
They always got some kind of deal going. Always yelling at lawyers. I tell you one thing, though. I heard her on the phone one time. I would not want to be working for her. That's all I can say.
Did you ever stop to think, where did you get that from?
I just don't know. I just don't know. All I can tell you is this. When I heard her on the phone, I was like, I do not want to work for her. Man, oh man. Yeah, it brought out my good side, which is hard to find. That's all I can tell you. I felt sorry for that guy on the other end of the phone. I thought that, well, maybe New York has calmed her down a little bit. We'll see. All right, we had the numbers out now, so we'll see if these numbers going to affect the market, new home sales, and consumer confidence. Kind of hanging up here. Bond market made a nice recovery yesterday after a good auction that market was involved in. Very well subscribed auction that they had yesterday as the results came out, and the bond market rallied very nicely. Yield is at 147 on the 10s, probably a little less than that now, but still pretty good. So these numbers are out. Now we're pretty much done for the rest of the day as far as numbers are concerned. I don't know what we're going to do here as far as any levels. We did sneak up to the 50 area. I suggested adjusting just a little bit. The number gave you the 50, and maybe you got up to the upper end, which would have been 50. If you did adjust a little bit, and a nice rotation there off of the 50. You needed that number to help you get up there, and it did. And hopefully you were able to put it in there because there's a lot traded up there, enough to get filled if you put it in at 50 anyway. So we suggested adjusting here. Even if you left it at 49, you're making money on the trade. But if you put it in at 50, you did good. I suggested adjusting the 50 on that trade there against the 49 because we missed it by just that much. Well, some of you missed it. And we're getting a nice rotation here off of it. Just have a trailing stop if you have any extra contracts left over. All right, so we're doing okay this morning against our levels. They're working out very nicely for us, not running away from us. giving us a little opportunity to scalp. We're looking, for those of you who are just in here, we're looking for about 4 or 5 trades on average in the course of the day in the morning hours. And the volume is exceptionally light here for the time of day and where we're at. So I really don't expect much to happen unless obviously there's some news that hits the market that might move the market. But the volume is very, very light already. Tomorrow is even going to be lighter. So that's why we're not going to be in tomorrow, but at least we are making a little bit of money today going into Christmas holiday weekend.
Hey, so what's the deal with whole numbers? What they say it's some psychological, really?
Yeah.
It's just people think that that's where they move, or they're more targets for people. Like I want to get out at a whole number, or get in.
When these guys, let's say they buy the even level or sell the even level, whatever it is, they're also looking at, okay, I want to make 50 points. I want to make 25 points or 20 points. So they always go the 50, 75, the even, 25 underneath. They're all levels that there's some volume there, that psychological volume. Then
right.
People are also, when it gets to that level, maybe they don't have their orders in, but they are, there's a beep that goes off and, we're up here at this level. And then they'll start knocking it one way or the other because they've been waiting for it. So yeah, I mean, these guys, some of these guys, they're not exactly, watching the market like we do. They actually, have bells that go off when it reaches a certain area. And, if you watch it, if you are a position trader and you're watching it like we do, you're going to drive yourself crazy. Right. So what they do is they buy, they let's say they're probably long from yesterday down at even. And they're saying, okay, when it gets up to 50, let me know. Or if it gets down to 45, 50, let me know. Right. Because you can't, if you watch it hourly, hourly by hour or minute by minute, like we do, you're going to go nuts if you're not, if you're position trading, because you're not really going to put on more contracts. You have your position, you're happy. So,
This must have some huge stops when they trade like that.
What's that? Yeah, of course. Some of them, again, some of them don't even care about stops. They're just gonna, they want to, like I said, the market, a bell will go off and it'll tell them if they're 50 points above or 50 points below or 20 points above or 20 points below their entry point. And then you have to make a decision at that point whether you want to add some more or get out. And, so they're not looking, they're going to let the market do its thing. And then once it gets to their area they're focused in on, it's going to warn them. And then they'll decide what they want to do.
That's scary.
It's a different mindset.
Yeah.
Again, it's a different mindset. You're also, when these guys put on a trade, they're not looking to to make 3-4 points on a trade. They're looking to make 30, 40, 50 points on the trade. So for them to lose 10 or 20 in the interim, it's okay, because that's their stops are 50 points.
Oof. Was the psychological level with the whole numbers in the bond pit the same? Everyone kind of really?
Yeah. Even levels were, they were. There's something about, at from a scalping perspective, yes. From a scalping perspective, yes, it gives you that. Coming here to this settlement price always seems to work. A little bit for a bounce every now and then, just like it just did now. You get a little bit of a bounce against the settlement price. These little stupid things that we talk about, that work for us, right, are more psychological than anything else. Yeah. So again, that's you're always, we always talk about having reasons to trade. That's a reason to trade.
Right.
Again, depending on your risk tolerance, right? I mean, if you're looking for legitimate opportunities that work more than 50% of the time, those are legitimate opportunities if you're an avid trader. But if you're more risk averse, then those trades are not for you. You're looking at other trades. You're looking at the levels. You're looking at
Especially
maybe
1, 2, 3.
I can hear you, Don. You're good to
Okay.
go.
Oh, we lost you, Don.
Yeah.
Well, you're back.
I've been fighting with the settlement price.
Yes, yes, that's been. It's been. I warned you before.
Well, it worked almost 3 times.
Right? No,
I
it
can't
has.
complain.
No, it has. It has worked. It's a beautiful thing.
But I've always been getting out as we're coming down there. I said I should have got out and gotten long every time we got down there.
Right, reversed. Right.
Yeah.
At least the first time. But then when it runs through, you're like, oh, why did I do that? That's so stupid. I shouldn't have listened to Saul. All right. So they ended the strike. In case you were worried, they ended the strike at Kellogg, so we can have our cereal again. By the way, have you ever gone through the Kellogg? I mean, it's in the Midwest. It's not too far from us. So the Kellogg factory, it's a beautiful smell. I mean, they toast the oats and the grains and whatever, and it is just it's awesome to walk through that to the cereal factory. I did it when we were younger. And it's just to this day I love walking through that. I remember the smell that came out of the Kellogg factory when you walk through it, where they made cereal. And then they give you the variety pack. I don't know even if they have the variety pack anymore. Those little boxes of cereal.
Boxes, yeah.
Yeah, and they gave you that as you walked out, and you're like, "Oh, this is great."
Do the little variety packs still open up on the side? You used to.
Yeah, I used to pour the milk in there.
Yeah,
right in the middle.
Yeah, who knows, right? Now they probably are a little bit more sophisticated. They come in little containers. Who knows? I don't know. I don't know. But you're right. You cut open they had like perforations on the side. They open them up and you pour the milk in. They were great. This is before your time, Mark, or do you still
not at all.
Yeah, okay. I was just wondering. You had no commentary. I was just wondering if you remember that.
Bringing back some good memories.
You do that to your kid right now. They're like, "What the hell are you doing, Dad?"
You go to the grocery store and cereal used to be named one thing, and you go to looking for it and it's named something else, and they changed the box wrapper on you, so you don't know what you're getting.
I know. They used to have, I mean, we used to be big cereal eaters in the house. We had like 6 different cereals when everybody wanted their own, and then they started mixing together the cereals. Oh, the girls had fun with that. Of course, that was when I didn't make them breakfast.
And nowadays too, as you go in and you buy something like Frosted Flakes, used to they put enough sugar on them, but now you got to add more sugar.
Well, yeah, because it's unhealthy.
I just don't understand.
Yeah, I know, right? It's terrible, isn't it? It is. It's terrible.
No, it's worse as the dirty looks you get from your wife when you come home with that stuff. You're going to feed our kids that? What is that? What are Cocoa Pebbles?
Like Captain Crunch. That was the best. I love Captain Crunch.
You have to do like I do. They'll come over for dinner or something, and they've mapped out they're gluten free and all of this, and they'll look at me and say, "What are you going to eat?" And I said, "I'm having hot dogs." And the kids says, "We want what he's having."
Right. Yes. The Nabisco factory on the south side was awesome. Also, I was there. I don't know why I was there at these places, but I was there too. Yes, and they do give you the free samples are awesome. I don't know why I was there also, but I was there also. School
field trips.
Yeah, it must be. I just don't remember that, but yeah, I would. Now that you brought that up, I do remember that now. Those were fun days. All right, we're hanging up here,
What am I doing?
and nice rotation. If you were aggressive against the settlement price again, but I wouldn't touch it. This would be the third time down there. I wouldn't touch it if it go down there again. Probably look more at the our pivot there at 37 would be a better opportunity, I would think. Oh, I know. It's been a while there, Andre. But same here. It's been at least that long ago. Hate to say it. Hate to admit it.
Man, I just about had heart failure.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, stuck in an order. I looked down. I got a 5 lot on. I'm going, what have I done?
5 lot. How'd you manage that?
I don't have any idea. It must be Christmas.
Well, obviously you're laughing, so it must be good.
Well, yeah, I got out. Made money
Yeah.
on the deal. I'm going, look at here.
There's your
For a
Christmas present.
change.
Well, that's good. That's
I thought-
good.
I thought Don was starting the Christmas rally all over again.
I'm going,
Putting on
man.
his 5 lot.
Let's see. There you go.
I don't know what I was doing. Just you got to readjust, do all this adjustment.
Those are the best trades. What are you talking about? You don't know what you're doing, and it works out.
You don't know what you're doing. It works
Yeah.
out.
That's the old saying, better lucky than good.
Exactly.
God, listen to YouTube, guys. Oh yeah. Yeah, it is definitely better lucky than good. And it's the last time I made a mistake like that, it cost me like $2,000. But that's because I had the wrong. I forgot that I thought I zeroed out my account, and that was the day that I had my electricity kind of blanked out on me a little bit, and I thought I was flat when I got out, and I wasn't. And I shut my machine down, and the next morning I get this like message, you have a position on. I go, what position? What are you talking about? Sure enough, it was the wrong way when you wake up in the morning. How does that happen
Of
every
course.
time?
Yeah.
Beyond comprehension. Well, it's good, Don. 5 lot. Awesome. You made a couple points on it.
Yeah, it's just kind of like, I'll take it.
Yeah, that's right. Good for you.
They won't
Good.
let this sucker fall.
No.
Gummit. Evidently, they're going to hold it up for a Christmas holiday, I guess, for the Santa Claus rally.
Somebody asked about a Santa Claus rally. I guess they're still having it.
This is about the right time of the month, so
Merry Christmas there, Julio. Have a great weekend. Hope you have a good Christmas. We'll see you on Monday. I like it when guys make their targets and are out of here.
maybe that's what I needed. I need a target.
Yeah. Okay, Don. You need a
I
target.
need-
Can you, what? Okay.
Don, you've got targets everywhere.
That's right.
I know. It's just there's so many trades. It just,
Can't help yourself.
what do they say? I feel like a fat man in a candy store. It's kind of like, look, we could go long, we could go short. What's bad is when it really gets choppy and you don't know which way you're going now.
Yeah, then yes. But doesn't stop you. You're right in there. You tell me football isn't fixed, by the way. How does Tom Brady doesn't score 1 point against a shitty defense? 9-0 on, was it Monday night or Sunday night or whatever it was? Something's wrong. I mean, I hate to say this, but I'm a very cynic when it comes to, and all of a sudden they don't score any point. The best quarterback in the century can't score.
I tell you what, I think I'd rather be LSU just hired a new head coach and his contract was for like 75 million.
I know, it's amazing, isn't it? What they're
I
giving
know.
these, you can, and when you're still in the college ranks, even though I would have to venture to say that might change in the next few years because the players are getting paid now too.
Yeah.
But at least you have some control over the kids. You get to the pros, it's a different ballgame. The pros are all making more money than you. It's hard to control a pro. It's a little bit easier to control a younger kid who most of them, they're working to get to the pros.
I wonder if they get to have agents as college.
Now they do. I'm sure they do. LSU coach Bolton, or they gave him for $100 million. Yeah, I can tell you one thing. I don't think he's worth it. I don't know why they went crazy, and he left his team in the middle of the year too. I mean, how do you leave your team? I mean, at least wait till the season ends.
For 75 million, they'd be in the dust.
No kidding.
But this guy's been around for a long time. I mean, it's not like they wouldn't have offered him the money after the season was over. I mean, I just thought it wasn't.
Did the other coach quit, or did they run him off?
No, he was going to. I think he was going to. He was like an institution there, and I think he was going to quit anyway.
Yeah.
And so I think he was going to retire, and then they had to. I mean, I would have waited till the end. I don't quite understand how he left them right before the season ends. It was not. It's not too nice. I don't care if it was $100 million or what. Like I said, he's been around for a while. It's not like he wasn't going to get that amount of money if he waited till the end of the year was over. But whatever. I'm sure there was a reason for it.
I live in the dark ages. I look at the salaries people are making now, and I'm going, I've got to go back and trade some more.
Right? I know, it's crazy.
I don't get the baseball salary. Some of these guys, $300 million for 8 years. I mean,
I don't get that either. I mean,
nuts.
none of these numbers are making sense. These professionals. I mean, remember when I know that you guys. Do you remember? Was it Schmidt who got $1 million salary a year, and that was like the big news? He was getting paid, I think, for Philadelphia back in a baseball player. You should know this, Mark.
It sounds familiar.
He got paid like $1 million. That was a breakthrough contract. Nobody got paid $1 million a year, and now they're making obscene numbers. Just obscene numbers.
I tell you what amazes me is these little bitty towns. They're putting up $25 million high school football stadiums.
Oh, I know. That I can't understand, and it's always been that way. I mean, if you look everywhere, every little town has these like amazing facilities in their high schools.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And their teams are horrible.
Doesn't matter.
Haven't won a game in years.
They're beautiful stadiums for these high school, and like in the middle of nowhere. It's like Friday Night Lights. It's amazing.
I know they just passed a bond issue around here, the school, like a $10 million deal, and half of it went to put new AstroTurf on the football field.
Amazing. Yeah.
I'm going, man.
And I don't know if you've seen some of that AstroTurf. They have like these little pebbles in the AstroTurf now, like cushions or something, and these little pebbles, when you walk on it or when you slide your foot across, they jump up and they go into your shoe. So you have to after
Really?
Have special shoes with dimples in them.
No. The AstroTurf has got these little pebbles. That's how it's like soft.
Yeah.
Okay, and million pebbles on there. They're little tiny like sand pebbles, and these things jump up when you can see sometimes if you're watching a college game, when they slide across the field, there's like a shadow of black little pellets that comes off of the AstroTurf, and that's these little pellets that they have, and they go in your shoe. So you even if you walk on it, sometimes I was walking on this college field, and so these pebbles are coming up. I'm like, what is this stuff? And you run your hand through the AstroTurf, and they all jump up at you. It's like that's how they keep it soft, and so that. I mean, theoretically, it's not supposed to be as hard as the ground if you fall on it or if they're tackling. So it's safer theoretically, but who knows? But it's kind of very interesting what's underneath.
I'm amazed that we were able to play football when we was kids. It's kind of like, man, y'all might as well just they need to put round bubbles on them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's funny you say that, because the tendency right now is to not have your kids play football anymore. The younger generation.
Yeah.
Right, because they had injuries. Is that
they
what
had injuries? Yeah. Right. I mean, no matter how safe you can make it, it's not safe.
Yeah.
I mean, you got especially you get older, and these kids, 15, 16-year-old kids, some are really big, and some of them are not so big, and you have a really big kid going in and knocking over your little guy. No matter how much equipment you have on, it's going to hurt. And not only that, it could hurt him internally, which you'll never know. Yeah.
I got hurt worse in playing basketball than I ever did playing football.
Come on.
Them flying elbows. I was always going up when they just kind of like the market. I'm always going the wrong direction.
Okay. No, I didn't. I did twist my ankle a couple times playing basketball, I messed up my knee a long time ago when I was younger. And so after a while, it was there. The pain was there. So I finally decided to go to a doctor. He looks at it. He goes, we could go in there and mess around with it. He goes, why don't you just really screw it up, and then we'll go and clean it up and fix it.
Wow.
So for the last 40 years, I've been waiting for it to really screw it up. I wear a brace, and I just kind of just use that, and it hurts once in a while, but yeah, but not as, but that was the advice he gave me. He goes, I can go in there and try to fix it right now. But he goes, why don't you really screw it up, and then we'll come and fix it. I'm like, oh, okay. That's good advice. Like, how do I really screw it? Like, I want to put myself in pain.
Yeah, trust me, you'll know.
Oh yeah. Oh, trust me. I do know, because when I heard it, I was in pain for a while.
That doctor told me, he says, you're going to be a candidate for a knee replacement. And I said, well, doc, how do you know when it's time? He said, when you get tired of messing with it, you'll know.
Yeah.
So he was right.
Yeah. Yeah. My mom was the same way. I mean, they told her, you can't have a knee replacement. You're too old to go through the surgery and go through everything else. And she's like, she looks at me, I got to get it done. I don't care. I can't handle the pain anymore.
Yeah.
And, she got it done. She got it done. She got through the surgery. She got through the therapy, and she was happier, even though they told her not to because of her age. She's like,
yeah.
I can't take it anymore.
I know that second one I went in there, and they told me, the doctor says, well, we can give you this shot. I said, okay. So they gave me a cortisone shot in it, and went back a few weeks later, and he said, well, how'd that do? I said, like spitting in the ocean. He said, we can try this other shot. And I said, wait a minute, is that going to fix the problem? He looked at me and said, no. I said, why don't we just fix the problem?
Right.
We said, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's true. You feel at some point it just, the pain's just too much. You just want to get rid of it. All right, we're inching our way up here to the 57 area. See what it wants to do here.
I think everyone got excited when they saw Don's 5 lot, so now the market's starting to rally a little bit.
Yeah.
Put on another one, Don.
I don't think I'm going to trade anymore.
I don't think you should either.
It's kind of like, I'm doing good already. I'm no sense in
That's right.
kicking that gift horse in the mouth.
I hope are you going to be trading tomorrow, Don?
Yeah. I'm going to be around. I'm going to look at it in the morning. Let's put it that way.
Okay. Just be careful. There's going to be like no volume tomorrow.
Yeah.
I mean, there's hardly any today, by the way. We're at 391, and it's we should be twice that right now.
Yeah.
Tomorrow it's probably going to be 180 or 190.
It was only 100 and something before the open. I
Yeah,
was
I
looking
know.
at it. Yeah.
I know.
And that's normally what, around 225, 250?
Yeah, over 2, yeah. Yeah. And we're
It,
just at 290 right now, so we're or 390 right now.
But no, I'll come in the, well, I'll be out here in the morning at the shop anyway. So I'll walk in and turn it on and look at it.
Yeah, look at it.
I know. I'll put on a few trades.
Yeah.
It's just lately that deal from about 8:30 to about 9:15, it's been really good.
Yeah, that's really the only time to get some volume and a whole bunch of, especially in the morning, especially this month. You know, a lot of people trade in the morning and say, all right, that's it, I'm done. See you tomorrow.
What normally happens between Christmas and New Year's Day? Is it just, I guess everybody's just peeled out on vacation and there's not a whole lot going on?
Yeah, I mean, you have schools are off, right? So people definitely, well, that, you know, again, that used to be where pre-COVID, right?
Yeah.
So people used to literally go out of town, right? They used to go everywhere. That was a big vacation time. So, I mean, especially traders. I mean, traders would, I know a lot of traders would, you know, definitely leave. A lot of them would take the month off, but I know a lot of them definitely, when their kids were home from school, and that this was the time that they would leave. I mean, they're not trading, they're not putting on their computers. And the same goes with all the big institutional guys. You know, these guys are waiting for this end of the year to just kind of veg, unless of course I think there was only a couple times where crazy things were happening because the geopolitical situation was evolving, or some geopolitical situation was evolving, and it was a little bit busy. But for the most part, most of them are with their families, you know, taking the time off to be with their families. Again, now with COVID, things are, they're not going to be trading, that I can tell you, you know, so as much as, but it's definitely, people were definitely taking their vacation time with their families, because I know a lot of them were out of town.
Have you been out in like to the stores or anything?
Yeah.
Is there a lot of people? To me, it doesn't seem like there's a lot of people out Christmas shopping.
Same here. Yeah, I was gonna say.
You know, I did drive by the mall. I live close to a mall, and there were extra cars in the mall, not full overcapacitated like it used to be.
Yeah.
But a lot of it is because people, I mean, I don't know about you, but there's 3 boxes in front of my house every day. My wife ordering stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, she has definitely figured out, oh, let's sit in front of a computer, and since I'm not shopping in a store, let's just, put this in my basket. Oh, okay. She's figured that out very easily. So if my wife can figure it out very easily, who's not very computer savvy, and those 3 boxes in front of my house every day, I think that's where also it's going. A lot of people are, you know, ordering stuff online, and you know, there's, and it's easier now even to return stuff. It's not as, you know, she returns stuff all the time.
Yeah.
And it's not a big deal. So the whole concept of online and ordering stuff is much easier. And then you have Amazon, who, you know, delivers the next day, basically, as long as it's in stock, which is a problem, but that's another story. So yeah, I mean, the internet has created. My kid, who had the baby, was ordering furniture online
From IKEA.
No, from other places.
Yeah.
You know, and the hardest part for them was to get this big box into the house, because they were, you know, and then, you know, he had to actually put the thing together, which is another. He actually did. My other daughter ordered a bedroom, because she's due in March, and she got bedroom furniture for the baby. and he got somebody to put it together. So they got the boxes, and it was very heavy. They brought it up to their apartment, and they got somebody to come up, and took them 6 hours to put the thing together. But he got somebody to put it together for him. He's not the handiest guy around, but he knew that. It's not like if I know I'm not handy and try to put together furniture for the baby, that would not be good. The thing will fall apart as soon as I think, okay, it's beautiful, I got it up, and then you put one thing on the shelf and it falls apart on you. So yeah, so he he ordered it, and they got somebody, and they put it together for him. So yeah, I mean everything's done. You don't need to be in a store anymore. I mean, the younger generation just shops online.
Well, you know what's aggravating for me is if I get ready to build something or I need something and I run down to the hardware store and I need the part and I know they should have it, they don't have it. And got to order it. It's kind of like they're getting to where they're not inventory much stuff.
Well, that's a problem, but I don't know if it's inventory or if it's the fact that they just can't get it.
No, they're just not inventoried.
Okay. Well, I know my friend of mine ordered a TV, right, in August, and then he had to order some other parts so that he can use one remote to run his whole, operation from one remote. He ordered it in August, and he just put it in yesterday.
He's probably sitting in front of my house on one of those boats.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Can you see the boats?
Oh yeah, every day. It's like, why don't they empty them and just be done with it already?
I don't understand. It just how all of a sudden did we get so backed up?
Well, it cracks me up as they say they have no space. They have no space for all the empty containers. Well, where did you put them before?
Well, I know the truck drivers.
Where did you put them before?
The truck drivers don't want to go into the ports.
Yeah.
The truck drivers don't want to go into the ports. Then you have there's not enough port people in there to unload the ships when they get in. So it takes them longer to unload the ship, and then they have no place to put the unloaded containers because the truckers are not, they don't want to drive. So
it's not that too. It's if you're a trucker and you go in there, you got to have, what is it? It's not a WIC card. It's one of those Homeland Security cards. You got to jump through a bunch of hoops to even get this card, just to get into the port.
Mm-hmm. No, that could be too. So there's a whole bunch of red tape, and so it's look, they've done it before, except it's not like they can't do it, but I don't know, but people just don't want to work.
Yeah,
that's what I'm hearing. Yeah,
that's what we're seeing here also.
Yeah, I mean, that's the part. At the end of the day, people just don't want to work. I mean, I thought the truckers get paid good money, and they do, because, and especially nowadays, because they need them and they're in demand. And one of my sons-in-laws, he works for one of these logistic companies, and they deliver stuff all over the place, and he deals with truckers all the time. And he offers them some money to go and get this payload, and they call him back, and he says, they agree on a price, and he goes, well, I'm going to get like, $500 more from this other person, so I'm going to go with him. And even though they already agreed, and so now his payload is sitting there waiting for it to get picked up, and he has to go find another trucker. It's a crazy situation. It's just it's absolutely nuts everywhere.
Well,
I mean, I can't get my Starbucks. You go and get my Starbucks, you can't get it at night anymore. They close at 2:00. I mean, what the hell? Every Starbucks around here closes like at 2:00. I'm like, what? Not that I drink coffee at night, but they used to go hang out there, whatever. I mean, I'm working during the day, so. All right, we're up here to the 57 area, inching our way up here. Got it right up there. Now I'm going a little faster. As soon as I said inching, I decided to put this hit the
I got-
gas.
I got a 61 level up there it needs to touch.
See, I knew you had levels up here. I asked you before what levels you had.
Well, I just didn't notice it until we started inching up there.
I work in the 60 to 57 area.
61, 69.
I got 66. So
Unknown caller.
At 59, I ought to bounce it. Yeah. I guess they want that 61.
it's kind of just running through here a little bit. All of a sudden, you get some momentum to the upside. Who knows what somebody's saying? So we got 66 up here next.
That 61 should have gave us 59 at least.
Well, just trying. Market
Did you
is
say something, Don?
said
Do
what
it's
now?
gonna get you 59. That's what he's looking for right now.
I thought Don must have said something to move the market like that.
Yeah, he probably did. You know, when Don speaks, people listen.
They do.
Yeah.
It was like the some of you might not remember the E.F. Hutton commercial.
Right, I remember
Yeah.
that.
That was a great commercial. Now it's like Goldman. When Goldman talks, people listen. Brad, you have a great holiday. Happy New Year. Happy Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. And we'll talk to you next week.
Yeah.
Right? Just kind of hanging up here at these highs. Trying to see what it wants to do. Looks like we're going to 66.
Yeah. Kind of looks that way.
It's kind of hard to keep this market down. That's all I can say.
That 3 days before holiday, it's typical, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's also like light volume too. It's not going to be harder to, it's easier to go one way. That's the problem because it's just the market is just not going to have any, not big orders are going to come in there to move it. If somebody wants to move it, they can move it.
I'm telling you, it's Don's 5 law. He started this.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, but it's going the wrong way. Let's see, 61, then I got 63, then 66, and then that 68 up there. They're just, it's like yesterday. It just wouldn't turn yesterday afternoon for squat.
No, you get that one-way rally. Hard to, just won't do it. Just won't do it with that one-way rally. It's always the worst trade for us. Right. We're kind of just hanging up here now. We got 66 next level of resistance. Right now, we'd have support right back around the 47 area. All right. Good. No numbers. I don't know. That was like a weird time for anything to happen right there. But that's what happens when it's slow. You never know when they're going to do something goofy. That was something goofy for no reason. And that's where we're at. So,
Yeah, it's time for me to get out of this critter.
sometimes you have to say no mas.
Yeah. Goodness. He gave me an ounce. I took it.
All right. Just kind of hang in here. Looks like it wants to rotate down. I think we got 66 the next level of resistance. And if it gets down to the 55 area, that's initially some support. But looking at better support down at the 45 area. All right, we're just kind of hanging here. It looks like it wants to try to turn over, but I wouldn't. I don't know. It seems that they got a lot of people short, and some people are just waiting for it to turn over. And they're just kind of hanging up here. I'd look at the 66, next level of resistance that we have.
What'd y'all do to it? Make it mad?
I know, right? It's just all of a sudden we're like not rotating now. We're just kind of going one way. Well, be careful here at the 66. See what it wants to do up here. And then we'll probably call it quits after this little trade. See what's going on for the day.
Come on.
See, hopefully, Don, don't overtrade tomorrow. Just be careful.
You gonna open the room in the morning?
Yeah, I think we're gonna open a room. We'll have the charts up.
You're not going to give out levels, though, right?
No,
Okay.
no. If I tell you not to trade, that would be counter whatever
Oh, okay. Yeah.
preaching.
So I just want to make sure I can sleep in.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely can do. You definitely can sleep in.
Come on,
Me-
dog.
Me giving you numbers would tell you, oh, trade. That doesn't make any sense, right?
Well, you got your diehard fans like Don that's going to be trading all day.
Well, Don has his own set of numbers. I have to worry about that.
Some days they work really well, and other days I wouldn't give you a plug nickel for them.
Yeah, well, that's the nature of the game here.
Come on. Give us 66. All right. If it's going to be that way, I'm not even going to play. I have 66, 66, 50, and 67 all piled in there.
Okay, no wonder. Well, we got 66. Let's see what'll happen. If you got in there at 65, you're getting a little bit, but we're getting, it looks like we're getting to the rally mode where we're not rotating off of it. That's unfortunate, but that's where we're at, I think. For whatever reason, they've decided to go rally mode.
Yep.
Rally mode is not good for us. That's why we like breaker mode. When it breaks, moves around, back and forth, get to those rally mode trades, and they just don't do much. All right, we're just kind of hanging here. Got 5.5, 65 out. They seem like they got a little bit of volume there, but they did the same thing. It seems like the Bulls are going to be winning these battles here. They're not. Doesn't seem like we're going to be careful there, even at the 66. It doesn't look like we're going to get any rotations. Could be one of these slow rallies now the rest of the day, believe it or not. It's too early to say that, but it looks like they've decided the Bulls are going to win this battle today, and at least for a time being. Well, we'll see. But if you're going to trade it, just be careful. We got 66 up here, and then we got 74 and then 82. Those are the next two levels above if they do decide to
74 and 82.
yeah.
I really like that 68.
Okay. Sneak in a 68 there for Don. No, don't just put in 66. You can average out with the 66 if you got the 68. Well, we got 66 now, so but it looks like they're definitely in rally mode here, which is not good. So be careful. Trade a little bit smaller. Maybe look for smaller rotations, only because I don't think we're going to get rotations anymore. At least not now, anyway. We'll see. You never know. All right, boys. Thanks a lot for helping me out.
You're welcome.
And I wish you guys have a really great next couple days off, holiday with the kids, the family. Enjoy
Same.
Christmas.
Send you so. Call me later if you get a
Same.
chance.
I
I'm
will.
still waiting
I'm
for you to
sorry.
call me yesterday.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
I realized that when I got on this morning. So I will do that. Yeah. So everybody have a great holiday, and we'll talk to you on Monday. And be careful up here with these levels because it doesn't seem like we're going to be rotating much off of this rally mode stuff. Talk to everybody on Monday.
Take care,
Take
Sal.
care.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks again.
Mark, I think I'm out of here.
Yeah, so am I.
Oh,
Took a small loss on that last one. Just got out.
Yeah, and I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas to everybody who's in the room and joining us for the last little while. Always fun to have everybody here and trading along with everybody. So Merry Christmas and talk to everybody on Monday.
You the same, brother. Take care.
Take care, Don.
Bye-bye.
Hey, a couple quick programming notes. If you want to invite people to come to our service and check it out as a guest, you can do that by going to tradealonglive.com, tradealonglive.com. This is an opportunity based on individuals who are looking to trade and earn. If you're one of those individuals, if you have a trading philosophy, then you would subscribe to this Trade Along Live session on a daily basis, focused on the S&P 500 E-mini. If you were looking to learn how to trade, whether you're a new trader or an experienced trader that is looking to do better based on your trading, then we have courses in our academy that you can take. And depending on which course you take, you have access to this service focused on the S&P 500 E-mini on a daily trading day basis. So I sent out the opportunity to sign up at a discount to this service. Bea, I sent it out. Let me know if you got it. Bruce, Christoph, Thomas, Orman. Check your chat feature. If you don't have it, let me know and I'll send it out to you. TradeAlongLive.com, TradeAlong